Okay, we are in the West Garden at the Laura Conyers Smith Municipal Rose Garden, and I'm going to take my mask off so that you can hear me. This garden has all of the David Austin roses, and a lot of times people are intimidated by David Austin roses. They're really David Austin ash shrub roses is what they are. And you can see that they're all doing very well this year in the garden. But to prune your David Austin roses, it's similar to the other roses that we have in the garden, where you're going to want to go down, if you can, to a leaflet that is to an outward facing bud. But on this particular rose, we don't really have that. So if I wanted to, you can see here where a cut was made before, and this is the new growth that came out, and there's the old spent bloom. Well, what I want to do, and I don't know if you can see that, Lauren, but down here you have a new bud that's emerged, and this is a 5-leaflet leaf. So I'm going to again take the fat side of my blade, put it on the top of the stem, and make my cut. And then you've got a bud that's facing outside of the rose. I also want to show you something on here, that this is something that people would look at and go, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my rose? Well, this is called rose mosaic. Rose mosaic is basically when a rose is propagated. It is a virus that they get, and it does not spread. It's not bad. The only thing that it does is make the rose look mottled, which can be an okay thing. So if you see this on your roses, you don't need to get rid of your rose. That's not a concern. Here's another David. This is the same David Austin, I believe. And this particular David Austin, you can see, has shoots coming off here, here, and here. And you can also see where the 5-leaflet leaves are where the shoots are coming off from all these areas. So what I'm going to do is go down to an area that doesn't have a shoot coming out. And again, I'm going to take my pruners and turn it upside down. I say upside down, but the fat side, and make my cut. And then you're going to have your new bud right here, and your new shoot will come out. Now, if any roses that you have a lot of big growth, or they're out of control, you can, anytime you want, you can make a cut anywhere on the rose to bring it into alignment. The other thing I want to show you is what black spot looks like. This is a really good example of black spot. And black spot is just like it sounds. It's got black spots, and then it turns your leaves yellow. This is something when you're grooming, if you can just take your pruners and get in there and just kind of snip it off, that would be very helpful. We also have some Graham Thomas roses over here. Graham Thomas is a gorgeous yellow rose. I have to smell it. Oh my gosh. But here's a good example of what to do if you have beautiful roses, but you have one that's done and it's spent. Then you just go in with your pruners carefully and snip that off, and then look how beautiful that is. Now it's just perfect for everybody to come and enjoy. Okay, so here you can see we've got 2 blooms that are spent, and it came out of this bud right here. So I'm going to go down to this next leaflet, make my cut, and clean that up and take it off. Then you've got another one here. You just get in there, and it gets tricky when you've got so much foliage and the rose bush is bigger than you, but you get in there, and on this particular one, your shoot was coming off here, and there's your spent bloom. I'd go down to this lower 5-leaflet, make my cut, and it's all cleaned up, and it's ready to start new growth and new blooms.